going on? Okay, so it's been a little bit since I threw a video up here, and to be brutally honest, the reason why is it's been like 37 degrees here and I just haven't wanted to go outside, so I just haven't really been doing much. But it's not too bad out today, still pretty friggin' hot, but I'll keep this portion kind of short and sweet, and then probably do the rest on the bike. But I figured today wouldn't be a terrible day to do the 1,000 mile kind of overview of what I think of this BMW so far. And so far it's been pretty decent. I can't say it's been 100% perfect, and we will get into that. Also, I'm filming this with a fresh new camera, so if you guys think this footage looks good, let me know. I'll be using it for a lot more external shots as well. Hopefully add a little bit of production value to these videos for you guys and for myself. I just always want to try and better myself with these videos, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, it's too hot to be sitting around here, so let's jump on the bike and I'll tell you my thoughts and what's going on with it thus far. So, ownership thus far, I will check for you guys here. We are at basically 1800K. I will convert that on the screen right here. And it's been largely a pretty good experience so far. Up until this point, I've really only done the basic stuff. I've actually went through this bike pretty good for the first service. I didn't take it to the dealership because I didn't feel like going on a 8-hour round trip, 4 hours there, 4 hours back. So I did it myself, but I did a pretty decent amount of stuff. I covered most of the things that they would have touched on themselves. Obviously, did the oil filter. I checked the air filter. It was still fine. I kind of blew it out anyway, just to be sure. But it was all good. I did the chain tension. I made sure that was all good. Adjusted it, cleaned it. I've cleaned it multiple times up to this point, but cleaned the sprockets. I pretty much nut and bolt checked this whole bike. Front to back, every fastener that I could find. I just make sure it's snug. Didn't find anything loose. Everything was all good. I checked the axle nuts, the torques in the manual there. So I checked the front axle nut. Obviously I tightened the other one down when I adjusted the chain. But that's been all good. Brakes have been perfectly fine. The coolant in the reservoir, or the expansion tank, was a little bit low, so I ordered some OEM original BMW motorcycle coolant, threw that in there, got that back to where it needed to be, and it hasn't moved since. So I'm going to assume a little bit of air in the system or whatever ended up making its way out. Had to compensate with a little more coolant. So that's been checked out, nut and bolt checked the whole bike, minus the steering head bearing. It feels the same as the day I bought it, so I really didn't see too much of a need to try and get in there and mess with that. So that's been all good. All the electronics have been good. I've got no error codes, no nothing yet. Everything's been perfect. Cruise control, as you can see, obviously it's been working good for me. No issues there. If you guys remember from the very first video I did with this, I've had this link pipe in here with the factory Akropovich muffler, and that's been doing perfectly fine. Absolutely no complaints there. Might get a Dominator system in the future, just to turn up the volume, and also because I take this bike off into the trails quite frequently when I can, and that stock silencer is like $1,600 or $1,700 bucks, and if that lands on a rock or stump, whatever, you're fucked. and you have to buy a $1,600 muffler if you want to go get the OEM, if you want to resell it with the factory equipment and stuff like that. So, as perfect as this sounds, I love this volume level. It's really not too loud at all. It's like, if you've seen the Outlander videos, even with the MBRP exhaust on that bike, or on that quad, it is still significantly quieter than that even. And I really like where this volume is at right now. But with that being said, since I do off-road it, holy shit, so much. Since I do off-road it so much, I think I might just throw one of those $250 or $260 Dominators on it. It'll be a little louder, but I'll also have the peace of mind that if I do happen to crank it against a rock or whatever, a tree, most likely, I won't be too choked about it at all. I would be choked about fucking up the factory silencer. I wouldn't be choked about fucking that one up. So, in the future, might see a Dominator install and sound test and all that stuff. I don't really want to keep going down there. We'll just spin her around. That's pretty much it. We could talk about a couple negatives so far up to this point, and I'll tell you, it's a very short list. So I'm not trying to hype up this bike. I'm just saying it how it is for me, what the experience I've had. It's been fucking awesome for me so far. The quick shifter, as you can hear, I've been rolling through it. It's working perfectly, always does. So, oh, what's that? Oh, I wonder if that's a baby bear. If that's the case, we need to get the fuck out of here. I do not want an angry mama bear fucking me up. So the few things, I think it's really only two so far, maybe three, 2.5. Number one is, for some reason, and I think this is probably just a tuning issue, probably just need to go to the dealership and get a map update or something, but every once in a while this thing cold starts like absolute dog shit. And when I'm saying cold start, I'm not talking like in the negatives. I'm talking, it could be like plus 17, plus 20 out, and for some reason sometimes it feels like this thing is trying to start at like negative 20 when it's actually plus 20. It's friggin' missing, and it's kind of backfiring and doing all sorts of weird shit. And then after a couple seconds, when the idle starts to come back down, it's perfectly fine. And yeah, it doesn't happen every time. Well, hopefully this isn't too windy going back in this way. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't happen every time. I'd say maybe, you know, I don't know, 1 in every 7 cold starts, it'll start really dog shit. And then the rest of the time it's completely fine. So I really don't know what the deal is there. It probably just needs a quick update or something. One of these days when I go take it out there, if I ever need any work on it, that's when I'll probably do it. The only other thing, really, that has given me trouble is both front fork seals at the exact same time started leaking. Both of them. I've never had that happen before on any previous dirt bike I've ever had. That's never happened. So I bought one of those seal mates, or not seal mate, but it's like the one that clicks over top, and then you kind of remove the dust filter. You can get up under the dust filter, dust seal, get up under the dust seal, clear that out, and then you could twist it the other way and get up inside the actual oil seal. So I quickly cleaned those out, slapped it all back together, and it's been totally fine. I did that, oh, probably close to 500 kilometers ago now. Like, it started doing it just shortly after 1,000 or 600 miles ish, roughly. So yeah, that was kind of strange. And I took pictures. I could throw some pictures up on the screen real quick of how bad they were leaking. I'm not talking like, oh, they were kind of weeping, you know, they're sweating. I know fork seals, generally you'll get a little bit of sweating, like just a little bit. But in general, the polished shaft should be completely dry, pretty much. You might see like a little ring every once in a while, but it's normally completely dry. This thing was straight up, you could see there's a layer of dust. You'll see it in the picture. There's like a layer of dust, and you can see where the fork oil is literally dripping down the fork shaft on both sides. So that was kind of crazy to me. But anyway, to get to the main point I'm trying to make here is I cleaned out both the fork seals, both the oil and dust seals, cleaned those out. It's been perfectly good ever since. So I'm honestly not too sure if maybe from the factory they were just kind of mounted wrong. They kind of got pressed into place kind of cockeyed or something. I really don't know. But yeah, I genuinely just cleaned it out and it's been perfectly fine ever since. I might have to call the dealer and ask them how much oil is actually supposed to be in here. I mean, it feels exactly the same as it did before, but I do know they are a little bit low on oil right now, just because of they were leaking, and it was leaking for, oh, I don't know, maybe about a week before I fixed it. So I'll have to figure that out. And then I think maybe the only other thing I could say is these factory tires, well, the rear is completely fine, but this front one, I'm not so much of a fan of it anymore. It's I've had my time with it. I've got to know how it kind of handles, and I think I just rather have something else on there. It doesn't do great in mud. It kind of sketches me out when I'm on looser gravel like this. And yeah, around here, I've ridden dirt bikes around here all my life. I know how much better a dirt bike front tire works in stuff like this loose gravel shit. So yeah, I don't know. I'll probably rock it for a while. Probably till next year, honestly, and then I'll probably change the tires out. Those are really the only negatives I have. Oh, and the stock windshield is dog shit. This one right here I 3D printed just for ripping around town. Been really loving this open air setup for when it's super hot outside here. And the WRS windshield I use for when I go on the highway. So, printed this one myself. Works great for just ripping around town, ripping through the trails. You get way more airflow. And then the big dog is pretty much for on the highway, or if it starts to get a little cooler and I want a nice shield from the super cold air. I think that'll just about do it. That's pretty much all my thoughts I have on this bike so far after about 1,000 miles. I for sure might have missed something. If there's any questions you guys have about this thing, let me know. I'll try and answer them. All right, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate every single one of you watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.